know where you are, floating in your little ship. But I wait, never see me coming.
What's going on, everybody? It's Amon-Rellik, the God Slayer. Today we're gonna get into a few things today. First things first, I'm gonna grab these extractors.
I claim this sector for the Grenier, for the old blood, for the queens. See how I serve you, mistresses. See!
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and we need to do that first and foremost.
Dagoth finds it odd that humans only get a few years to live, yet spend most of that time
doing everything wrong.
learning how to live.
Alright. We're gonna see what this Dagoth's all about. Okay.
As ready as you will ever be.
There's a 35% chance that energy and health orbs will be 300% more effective. That's nice. Weird sights. Surround Dagoth. Okay, it's spread doom. Okay. What is doom? Okay. Grave Spirit. Supercharged Dagoth weapons with extra critical damage. Okay. Okay, let's first see if I can actually afford one of these first, and then we'll go on to that.
What's on your mind, dreamers?
I need 75. Ew.
That's all we have time for.
Okay. So first and foremost, our Torid. We have the Incarnon on our Torid now. I think now I just need to... I think now I'll just need to put one more form on this Torid. Yeah. I need to put one more form on this Torid. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and form the Torid real quick. I think I'm gonna... Yeah. And of course, we do have the Incarnon for the Atmos. But I don't have enough Yao shrubs. Once I get enough Yao shrubs, I'll be able to put an Incarnon on this. With Dagoth, I'm not going to... I'm not going to necessarily invest a lot into Dagoth right now. simply because I don't know how much I'm gonna like her. I know for a fact though, we're gonna want to go where is it? And now we're gonna want to do one of these. Well, since we already have it, cool. And now I guess I'll slap on a stretch. Alright. Alright, so let's first oh. Yeah, we don't want to do that just yet. Let's pop open some relics while we play around with this.
Our position has been compromised. Defend the cargo until reinforcements arrive. Watch out. I'm detecting void fissures nearby. Do you have a matching relic? You're near a fissure.
Now, with this Incarnon, the way we do this is we have to hit the enemies directly.
Collect reactant to open your relic. Be aware. Only corrupted enemies will drop it.
And then we can switch over to Incarnon form. And it becomes a beam. But what's cool about this beam is that it hits. It connects to everyone else.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
As you can see, ow, nasty. I like how that works. Because again, the beam literally bounces from, it extends from one person to another. Like that. Love that. It clears so well. And it don't take many shots to fill the bar up. And the gun actually changes too. You can see the little void stuff on the gun.
Extraction is ready, unless you can handle more of the enemy.
Alright.
Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
Let's see.
Collected enough reactant to open your relic.
Look at that, just murder. Just totally destroyed them. And the beam, like I said, the beam is strong too, like because it transfers extra damage over to the others. Look at that. That wasn't even a direct hit. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
Alright. So now that...
Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
So now that we understand how this gun works, right? We lob shit for direct hits. And then once we have a full bar, we hit our alternate fire to turn on our Incarnon, like that, and then we do ridiculous, stupid ass damage, and we do it in a spread. We do it in a spread. Look at that. That is crazy. Because the beam, when it happens, the beam extends to 7 other people.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
I don't know why that happens, but it's like sometimes my bullets will go right through them. Dead. Dead. Look at that. Got it back. Not bad. Dead.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
Okay, that's not bad. We'll do this one, and then we'll start testing out the actual Warframe. Right now, I'm looking at the gun.
Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery. Look at that. Well done, Tenno.
Look at that.
Your relic is open.
I'm not even hitting them directly. Like, you see that? I'm not even hitting them directly with the beam. Just melts, dude. Like, it's wild. Like, this gun is wild. Look at that. It just clears, dude. It just clears. Murder. And what I like to do is I like to tap the button. I like to kind of like tap it. So I don't really like waste a lot of my beam. And even if I don't get direct hits, even if I don't get direct hits, the weapon does like such respectable damage regardless. Like I'm hitting people I can't even see. Like the gun does such respectable damage on its own, and then once you switch into an Incarnon form, it just melts everything around you. Let's see. does the job, you know what I mean? Like, look at that. The only thing this gun does wrong for me is
Extraction
the time
is
it
ready.
takes to transform
Unless you can handle more
into
of
the
enemy.
Incarnon form. That's the only thing I don't like, is how long it takes to actually transform. When you click the button, it takes like a second or two to actually go over and transform. Alright.
That's the last of them. Objective is secure. Let's go home.
Oh. Let's take a look at our last results here. I got some decent kills there, but is that history done? It is. We'll actually test this gun out too. At a later date.
Well put together, operator. Now get out there and
Cut down the...
make the Lotus proud.
Now for this gun,
Operator, Ortis has determined the secrets to happiness. A combination of heightened dopamine levels and a terrible memory. You're welcome!
now we're gonna focus on this frame. We're gonna focus on the frame. I like. Because I want to play around the 1 and 2. So I need... I'm gonna need energy conversion. I'm gonna need this. Okay. Play on some Hydron real quick. And then what we'll do here is we'll see just how powerful. We'll see just how powerful the Atmos is on its own right now that I have it the way I have it set up. Ugly. Ugly.
Extraction is ready, unless you can handle more of the enemy.
So apparently the Atmos burns everybody in the area too.
Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery. Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
Okay, so the Atmos
fighting.
burns people
Another
in an
opportunity
area,
to extract will
not
appear
just where
soon.
I'm aiming at. Now let's see how.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy. Very impressive, Tenno. You held them all back. Time to get out of here.
I don't know. Like his crit buff might be nice, but I'm not sure if Dagoth is going to be something that I'm going to actually like playing with. Like that extra critical damage might be nice. See, I would have to. I would have to invest more into her than I would really care to.
I've been thinking, Operator. I thought you'd want to know.
I mean, she seems fine. You know, she doesn't seem like too... She doesn't seem too bad. But, at the same time, she's not something I find too fun.
Ready to kick.
Bottom.
Let me see. Yeah, because we want more. So if I'm gonna play as her, I'll throw a former on her. Alright, we're gonna try this again. This time we're gonna go now we're gonna see what this Incarnon can do on top of dealing with Hystrix. It's been a minute since I used Hystrix for real, but I do want to see just how I want to see how much Dagoth can be of use.
is at our doorstep. You must defend our equipment until reinforcements arrive.
Alright.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
Being able to switch elements is nice for the history, but it's not exactly. Yeah, it's like her powers don't necessarily.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
Yeah. Like,
Continue to defend.
like, yeah, I don't
You
think
will
I'm
be
gonna spend too
rewarded
much
for
time
your
on her.
bravery.
I did want to at least give her a chance, but I don't think I'm gonna play with her too much. Alright, let's switch back to the Torid. Let's do some Incarnon work. Alright, now we got enough Incarnon juice. Time to turn on the Incarnon juice. There. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
I don't know, man. Like, it's just... the weapons just don't show me enough.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
Yeah, I don't think
That's
Dagoth's
the
gonna be
last
somebody I
of them.
want to carry.
Objective is secure. Let's go home.
Her powers just don't seem all that impactful. Mind you, like, nothing lasts. None of her abilities last. The only one that I think that might would be
Ready for action.
this one, but I'm guessing that it's just one of those things where you hit it once and it gives you the buff. And I guess you just keep it until you die or something.
Operator, Ordis is picking up a distress signal. Wait, no. It's just the corpus peddling their wares again.
Get off the emergency frequency!
I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to think about it. Like, what could I do with this frame? Like, I suppose it would work well as a solo frame as well, because it can buff its own damage. And you can spread that doom status. But even then, it's like, ugh. what I'm trying to figure out is don't know. I don't know if I want to go. Okay, let's do this. Oh yeah, on the Torid, I'm using Evolution 2, Evolution 3, and for Evolution 4, I'm using this one. You know what?
Life support has been cut off. They're trying to choke you out. Hold on. I'm sending auxiliary life support. Life support incoming. I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
I was like, is that enemies?
Life support on the way. Delivered another life support capsule.
Look at them. They come to this place when they know they are not secure. My brothers, did I not tell of this day? Did I not prophesize this moment?
The raid is off to a successful start. Extraction is available if you...
We cannot blame these creatures. They are being led by a false prophet, an impostor who knows not the secrets of the void. The Tenno are lost, and they will resist. But I, Thor, will cleanse this place of their impurity. This death is temporary. My existence is forever. I cannot be destroyed.
Additional life support has arrived.
hate that.
The longer you fight, the more successful we will be.
Okay,
all share in this bounty. Hold out as long as you can.
Yeah, like, this frame is, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, man.
Life support activated. We will all share in this bounty. Hold out as long as you can.
That was a bombard. I was like, what hit me?
Look what our Tenno operative just found. They could not do this without you.
All right.
Another job well executed.
Honestly speaking, Dagoth's a little underwhelming. I don't think I'm gonna be spending any of my resources on her. My breakdown is gonna be this.
It's on this long and quiet night.
This is nice. This is nice. Her passive is nice. You know, considering how much energy and health orbs drop, which tends to be a lot, that 35% chance to get 300% more energy and health is very nice. What makes the one
Operator, were you visualizing a bloody battle?
Shut up, Otis.
Me too.
Shut up. What makes Weird Scythes underwhelming to me is the fact that happens. That it shoots off and it doesn't stay around me. Like, it would be nice that if it stayed around me and it hit enemies that came within range of me. And then when I killed enemies that were doomed, like with like this, like, I get that it's a single cast and they kind of wanted it, I guess that's how they wanted to nerf it in a way, is single casted, I guess. Because I always thought that this would be, or the way it seems, it would seem like it would be more of like an aura. But even if it's not an aura, let's say I cast this once, right? And I hit like 10 enemies with it, right? This should be a constant thing that stays out for like a certain duration of time. Because, and not just like, because what should happen is I should cast 2 and then I should keep my 1 up so that everything I kill, I keep spreading doom constantly around me. Cause that's what these things do. They spread doom, right? So my thing is, why must I keep casting 1 over and over again when it wants to, like, you know, when I could just cast 2, then cast 1 and let 1 hit things as I'm running around and shooting, and as it kills doomed enemies, it spreads that doom to other enemies, and I keep running around and it hits things and it hits doomed enemies and spread, and I can just keep doom spreading that way. Because what I end up having to do is I end up having to press, like 3 is fine, because once I press it, it's done. It's there and it's going, it's on, and I don't have to worry about casting it 1,000 times. This is, it looks nice, but this is garbage. The only reason why I say it's garbage is because I can't redirect it in the middle of the cast. Like, wherever I'm standing, whatever direction I'm standing, even while the horses are rearing up and they're not even going yet, I can't redirect it mid-cast. So to me, that's garbage. I don't care how good it looks, to me that's garbage. So I'm only looking at 1 and 2 as abilities that I would use normally. I mean, of course, 3 is something you pop it and you forget it. But 1 and 2 is something that I'm looking at, okay, this will probably be what I will be using most throughout a match or throughout a mission. Yo, the fact that I'm having to constantly re-tap these back and forth. I'm having to re-tap them. It makes it, and again, I'm the kind of person that likes to use my guns. I like to use my guns on top of it. Well, you have to in this game, you know, especially when you start getting into Steel Path. You're gonna have to start using your weapons while using your Warframes. So you don't want Warframes in which you have to like keep spamming abilities over and over again, and then it's not like I'm spamming these abilities. Like I can get spamming certain abilities for certain Warframes. Like I can get spamming for Hero. Because Hero, right? All of his abilities do something useful. Spamming one gives you and everybody around you shields. And then, because I have Tribunal on, whenever people kill enemies that are chained, they get energy back. So of course I'm going to spam this. This is very useful. 2, you don't necessarily want to spam 2. But when you do hit 2, I boost the reload speed and fire rate while converting all the damage inflicted on enemies as to health for me and my allies. This is great. And what I usually do is I'll spam 2, then I'll spam 4. Or I'll hit 2, then I'll hit 4. Because 4 makes me invincible, which will give me time to get my shields back from 2. Because 2, you sacrifice all your shields. So I'll spam 2, then 4, then I'll spam 3. Or I'll hold 3 and I'll spend all of my energy on 3. All the rest of my energy. So whatever I spend here and here, whatever's left, I spend on Thurible. Why? Because I'm going to get all of that back from killing enemies with my weapon, because it gives you energy back for every enemy you kill, and you get a headshot multiplier for that energy for hitting in the head. Then once I get my energy back, which will probably take 1 or 2 kills, to be quite honest, real fast, I start spamming Condemned. When these 2 run out, when this runs out, I know I need to hit this, then this. If my Thurible is still on, it will keep Condemning. If my Thurible runs out, then I'll go ahead and pop the Thurible, get some more energy back. When this runs out, pop this, pop that. I'm doing a lot of button pressing, as you can see with that class. I'm doing a lot of button pressing, but the difference is every single one of these buttons is doing something for me and my team at the same time. Like this makes us invincible for a couple of seconds, which is very good. And then it converts all the damage that's absorbed by me into crit chance for me and everybody in the party. Like, you gotta understand, like, Hero is probably one of the most spammy Warframes you'll play in terms of like constant ability usage, but at the same time, he makes the entire party godlike. Hero is very slept on. People who know, but I don't think the average player knows just how strong Hero is. Like, Hero is dumb strong. And for Warframes like him, I can understand the spamminess, because you're trying to keep buffs up. You're trying to keep buffs up that make the party unkillable and super strong, and and things of that nature. But with Dagoth, man, it's like I'm doing a lot of spam that just don't feel like it's doing anything other than giving me some crit chance, which I can get crit chance from other frames way easier and way more. Like, it just don't. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying she's bad design, because every Warframe should be designed differently. So I'm not gonna say she's bad design. She just isn't designed in a way that I would like to play a spammy Warframe. If I'm gonna play a Warframe where I had to spam my abilities throughout a match, then I want those abilities to do some very significant things. Because again, I'm trying to do motion. I'm having to stay in motion, because a lot of people don't understand why you flip around and you dodge around constantly in Warframe. The reason why is because the more you keep flipping around and whatnot, it drops the accuracy of the enemies around you. And if you notice, there's a lot of enemies around you typically. So you wanna keep moving. So I have to keep moving, So I'm having to deal with constant movement, which is finger work on my computer. Constant clicking and shooting, aiming, clicking and shooting, which is finger work on the computer. And then of course hitting buttons 1 through 4 for my powers. It's cool. Again, I'm cool with that if it's going to benefit my entire party for real. But again, if I can't spread doom, dude, if I can't spread doom effectively, and what I mean by effectively is this shit, for one, look at the range of the spread. The range of the spread is 18 meters, right? Now I could probably get that up to about like 20-30 meters. I know I can. But the range of that spread, mind you, this thing here, while it does respectable damage, it's like, yo, dude, like, this shit should stay up. Like, this should stay up. This should be a duration as to how long it stays up. And I should be able to max that duration out as much as possible so that I can run around. Because again, if you look at the distance by which it like spins around her, it's somewhat of, it's not close up to her. It's not close to her body. It's spread away from her body. So it will be a great thing to use on enemies like to run up on you. And you could use those enemies that run up on you to spread more doom. And then of course that crit chance that doom gives, well, I don't think it's doom. Well, that crit, well, yeah, that crit chance, that extra crit chance, that doom critical damage right there, that 116% doom critical damage that it gives. I don't know if it applies to everybody else, but I know it applies to her. That would be way more useful because now I know that the doom is being spread far more efficiently. Like, again, I'm not saying she's badly designed. She's not. You know, she's just not designed in a way that it would make me want to invest in this Warframe. Like, I'm not looking to play this Warframe too much for real. I'm gonna get her back to 30 and then it's gonna be done. Like, I'm not gonna really want to invest. Because again, you gotta understand, man, you gotta do things like play steel paths and stuff like that to get Exilis adapters and stuff like that to put on these Warframes. You have to invest time and effort into a Warframe to get it up to a point to where it can do like high-end content and, you know, and be comfortable to use. And so a Warframe's design is very important. A Warframe's initial design is very important. And don't come in here talking about the helmet system. You can just subsume stuff. I don't engage with that system. And the reason why I don't is because I believe, again, if you like it, cool, more power to you. I'm glad you like it. Me personally, I believe that it robs the Warframes of their meaning. If I can just mix and match abilities from other Warframes, then the Warframes themselves have no meaning. They have no meaning. Because again, their look and their powers are the two things that legit separate every Warframe from each other. And we've got like, what, 60-something Warframes in the game now? I mean, yeah, they limit you to only being able to take one ability from each frame or whatever like that. That's all good and fine. But at the end of the day, it's like, I want to use the kit that the frame is built with because that's the frame's kit. And so the way I judge a frame is based on their kit, their actual, you know, base kit. And so like when I look at frames that I'm like, okay, do I want to invest in this frame? Their initial kit needs to be far more synergetic. It needs to be synergetic. It needs to be powerful. And it doesn't, and it can't be too button spammy. And if it is going to be button spammy, it needs to be something strong as hell like Hero. Like Hero is a ridiculously strong team buffer. That being spammy, fine. Okay, fine. Because you're giving me a bunch of power. Hell, even Trinity. Trinity. Trinity is quite spammy. She's not super spammy, but she's up there. You know, even Trinity, she's kind of spammy. But again, her 1 gives people life, heals. Her 2 gives people energy back. Her 3 keeps her alive. That's the only one you don't necessarily have to spam. And her 4 makes people invisible for a time. And restores the health and shields from people and reduces their damage. Damage reduction for 65%, on top of having health and energy being pumped back into you. Like, these spams are fine because these spams are strong. But it's like just putting doom on certain people, and then when I use the one scythe move that kills everything, like because the range isn't like OP large, it don't spread to nothing for real. Because when I come across the next group of enemies, they're not doomed. So I have to press 2 again, and then press 1 again, while I'm trying to roll around and aim and shoot. Because again, I'm trying to use my Torid, because I invested a lot into making this Torid and Incarnon and everything like that. So I'm trying to use my weapon. I want to use my weapons, you know, especially considering that the Torid is strong as shit. But again, I'm not getting back the value for all my button presses. That's the idea. Is the Warframes, the button pressing that you do should give you a lot of value, you know. And I'm not getting a lot of value out of my button presses when it comes to Dagoth. And that's my only real critique on her, is I'm just not getting enough value for the amount of buttons I'm pressing with her. And I sat here for a minute, man, like, just trying to figure out, is it something I'm missing? That's why I went into the survival mission. Because I was like, the best way I could probably see what I'm feeling. Because I couldn't really put, I couldn't put my finger on what I was feeling. But I was like, okay, I need to take her to a survival, and I need to push her to at least near 100, so that I can see what it is I'm feeling. Because I'm feeling it, but I don't understand what it is. I can't really put into words what I'm feeling. After running that survival, I get it now. I get what it is. I'm just not getting the amount of payback for my button presses. Especially considering that when you start fighting groups of Eximus at a time, you can lose your energy real quick. And now I can't even press my buttons. And even when I can, I don't even get that much out of my buttons when I press them. It's like I don't like that. I don't like that my button presses are not rewarded, properly. And for me, I just don't think she rewards you properly for the amount of buttons you gotta press. You know. I'm gonna work on getting
as ready as you will ever be.
I'm gonna work on getting. We'll try Trump the Prime next time, but I'm gonna work on getting Geyer Prime, because I know I have just about all of her pieces. I think I have all of her pieces. I just don't have her. Yeah, I have her Prime Systems, Neuroptics. I just need her chassis. Yeah, I just need her chassis. Yeah, I just need her chassis. So, like, I'll probably cause she looks like one I'm gonna actually like dealing with too. Cause I do like playing with Gaia, especially with her augments. Like Gaia with her augments is pretty nice. Now what I will do is I'll take a look. Not sure why the Red Veil hate me so much, but they do. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I switched over because I need to try and.
A shame you are
And this
on the verge of a new truth.
This is retarded. Why must I use Orkan reactors to level up a Syndicate? Like that's ridiculous. Like you need those reactors for Warframes. Why would I use something that expensive to level up? And the only reason why I'm doing this, even over here, is because I need to get a part from Phaedra. But, anyways.
These are our best deals.
Now you see that? That's what's crazy. This alone will probably make this Warframe decent to use. I don't think she has enough survivability in her kit, to be quite honest. So I don't see myself taking her into like extreme stuff. But this alone will probably make her kit way more useful. Just because there's a 100% chance for weapons and abilities to apply Doom. Which means that I can apply Doom with my 1. And I don't have to worry about 2 applying Doom. I can just use my 1. But again, I really don't think I don't think you should have to spam your 1. You should be able to just hold, 1 should just be able to be up. But, fine, cool, whatever. But at least this way, I don't have to spam 2 and 1 at the same time. I don't have to keep doing 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. I don't have to keep doing that. I can just put this on and then just spam 1 time, or spam 2 1 time, or no, I don't have to do that. I can just put this on and just spam 1, you know. But again, it's like it takes an augment just to make this it takes an augment just to make this frame usable to me. Nah. Like I said, she's not bad. She's just nothing to write home about. And you gotta understand, I'm a Necros main. You know, I'm a Necros main, so I need my abilities to be, you know, I'm not used to being, you know, I'm not used to my abilities not being useful. You know, and I need my abilities to be useful. You know, and I need my button presses to give me a lot back. Like with Necros, I only use 2 buttons for real. Desecrate and Shadows of the Dead. Both of these buttons give me back insane value. If I need to, I can pop this, strip 100% of the armor of every enemy around me, affect 41 of these fucking enemies, you know, and keep them running and terrified for 37 seconds. 37 seconds. You know, I don't necessarily use one, but I know that I can use one. And usually when I do use one, it's usually to basically clear a hallway. Like if I'm in the middle of a hallway, or if I'm going down a hallway and there's just a bunch of enemies packed in front of me, I'll use that to push all the enemies out of the way so that I can get through the hallway without getting shot at. It's kind of like a form of like temporary crowd control. And what's cool about this, what they did with Soul Punch, is for enemies that don't die, if I kill them right after I Soul Punch them, when they're marked for death like that, or they're marked for harvest, if I kill them like that, while they're marked for harvest, they turn into one of my shadows of the dead. So I can legit keep up shadows without having to recast it. Although I don't use it that way, the fact that I can use it that way. And then I restore 5 health for every enemy death within 10 meters of me. My passive is like Necros all the way around. It's just a frame that just uses well. He's just well thought out. I don't know if they rushed Dagoth or whether they just kind of like were running out of ideas for this, for this frame. But like, even if you want to look at that frame whose powers are a little weird, like Protea. Where baby girl at? Baby girl, Protea, what's up? Protea. Her ability, right? Every 4th cast, she gets 100 ability strength. This is cool because it allows you, it rewards you for being deliberate with your cast. Matter of fact, her entire kit rewards you for being deliberate and thoughtful about when you cast or what you cast. Right? So, with her, what would I want to do here? Well, the first thing I'm going to do, alright, is I'm going to pop this. I'm going to pop this for my team. Again, this is for my team. So I don't mind popping this. I don't mind having to spam this. Although, I don't have to spam it because I got it up for 50 seconds. But even if I had to spam this, I wouldn't mind because this is helping me and my team. Cool. So I pop this. Right? Then I'm going to pop this. And I'm going to pop this like 3 or 4 times so I can spread all of my damage out across the room. Alright? Now, what I would do is that, well, actually, no, sorry. After I pop this, then I'm going to pop this. I'm going to pop my 4. Then after I pop my 4, I'm going to hit this. And I'm going to spread all my damage across the room. Then I'm going to pop my 2 and have my little gun out with me fighting. And the reason why I'm popping my 4 first before I pop my 1 and 2 is because I'm gonna spend all of my energy on spreading my 1, and then I'm gonna probably use the last bit of my energy on my 2. And what 4 does is, after those 16 seconds that you see of that duration, it's gonna rewind time for me. And I'm gonna get rewound all the way back to where I started when I first pressed 4. And I'm gonna get back all of my energy, all of my health, everything that I lost from the 16 seconds I popped this, I'm gonna get it all back. Which then allows me to recast any of these things I need to recast. Like I say, I need to recast this. I'll have energy to recast it. Then I'll cast 4 again, and I'll dump energy out of this, and I'll dump the last bit of that. I'll do some fighting. 4 will make me rewind. I'll get all my energy back. You see how that works? Like, she literally, at every 4 casts between these, what I'm doing here, right? Every 4 casts is going to be 100%. It's going to be basically double ability strength for every 4 casts. So we're talking 1, 2, 3. Or I say 1, 2, 3. And then the next time I pop it, it'll be 4. Cool. 1. This is going to rewind me back. 2, 3. Right? I can pop this again. 4. So now I got double strength on my 4. I'll cast that and hit that 1. 2, 3. Probably hit that again for 4. I'll probably use my 4th cast for my shields. You see that shield satellite? I'll probably use the 4th cast on hold for the shields to give way more shields to my, because that helps my allies too. That gives my allies shields. So I'll probably waste that 4th cast, that double cast on this with the hold version of it. Rewind time on me. Rewind time once this is over. I'll go back. I have energy, right? If this is not done, then I'll go ahead and 1, 2. Well, I'll pop this again. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is twice as strong. Rewind time. If this ain't up, then guess what we'll do? We'll pop this. That's 1. Pop this. That's 2. I'll probably pop this once. That's 3. Pop this. That's 4. So now my thing is strong again. Pop this 2 more times. Rewind time. You see, like this is, you could, like, Protea was a very well thought out frame when they decided they wanted to do something about time, and they wanted time to be a part of her kit. I don't know what Dagoth is supposed to be. Like, what, a doom frame? They say that, never underestimate the power and wrath of sullen sadness, right? What does sullen sadness, what is that supposed to mean? Like, what is this doom supposed to be? Like, we have a devil frame already. We have an undead frame already. Like, we have dark frames already. So I don't know what this is supposed to be. Like, and her powers don't really show that. Like, her powers don't really show what it is she's supposed to be. Like, in terms of, like, this queen of sadness, I guess, or something. I don't know. But, like, again, like, do her abilities hit hard? Yes, they hit hard. I'm not going to say they don't hit hard. They hit hard. But hitting hard is something that, hitting hard is not something that's hard to get in this game. It's not hard to find weapons that hit hard. It's not hard to find warframes that hit hard. What I'm looking at is utility. Like, this girl's overall utility is almost non-existent. And it's like, I need my warframes to not just be strong, I need them to be useful. I need them to be useful. Especially when you're doing shit like Steel Path, man. Like, cause that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at just how useful she is at the bottom, because I know at the top that usefulness starts to get tested. When you start doing a Steel Path where all the enemies start at level 100 and 120, it's like, yo, like, I can't be using a frame that don't have nothing. And all it got is damage numbers. That's it. It's like, man, I got guns for that. You know what I mean? I got guns for that. Like, or other warframes that can do better damage or more damage at a time. Like, like, I don't understand why they made her so singular, I guess you could say. Because most of the frames, you notice, most of the frames in the game, at least most of the modern frames that you come across that are have been made in the last 4 years or so, most of the frames have some kind of team synergy with them, where they help the team out. Like, it's very weird to come across frames nowadays that are very selfish frames. Like, even a selfish one, even one that's considered selfish, like Saturn. Her toxic lash, with the augment can make her team orientated in a way. So I don't know. Like, I don't know why Dagoth was given this mediocre kid. Especially if she's supposed to be themed around, because I'm guessing because of Case, she's supposed to be themed around Duviri. And my thing is, why does she have such a mediocre kit then? You know, like it doesn't make any sense. Like I said, she's not horrible. She's not horrible. She's just not. She don't have that oomph. You know, like she don't have the oomph factor. Where it's like, I don't feel like I'm like when I was doing that survival. I don't feel like my Warframe was giving me too much of a carry. It was my weapons. You know, it was my weapon that was doing most of the carrying. You know, and I liked it to be a synergy between my Warframe strength and my gun strength, where it's like, okay, it's not just my guns that's doing the job, but my Warframe is doing work. You know. Because again, outside of the cosmetic, right? Outside of the difference, what is the real difference between picking Dagoth and picking Jade? The difference is their abilities. Outside of their looks, the only thing that's different about Warframes is their abilities. So you have to prove to me that taking someone like Dagoth would be more beneficial to me and my team than taking someone like Geyer. Like, you have to do that. Because you can't... I'm not saying they can't. They can do whatever they want. But it's just not proper balance to release a Warframe this lackluster when you have Warframes that sit right beside it, like her. You know, like her. You know, like hell, like her. Like, you can't put these kind of Warframes next to that and expect people to just gravitate towards this. Like, this again, whenever you make a Warframe or whenever you set an example of how strong a Warframe can be, you have to keep that example up. You have to, or else you're gonna find that this frame never gets used. And then you're gonna be complaining. You're gonna have people complaining that why doesn't anybody ever use Dagoth? You know, like, and it's because there are just way more powerful and way better female frames to pick. And again, if you notice, I only compared her to the females. I didn't compare her to the male frames. I only compared her to the female frames. Because I'm trying to be as fair as possible here. I'm not trying to compare her to the entire roster, just the female roster. And there are tons of, hell, the one sitting right next to her is a better frame than her. And it's like, come on, man. You know, come on, man. Like, again, if I didn't spend the platinum, I would have had to wait 3 days to play with this frame. The amount of time we have to waste waiting on frames to craft, the amount of grind it takes for us to have to actually find the parts and then craft them all individually and then craft the frame itself. These frames need to fucking be useful, man. They need to be far more useful than what she is right now. You know. And no, I don't believe that, oh, if you just put on this, little side syndicate mod, all your troubles will be... No, a frame should be powerful in its base kit. For having to wait 4 days to play with the frame once you get it, it needs to be powerful in its base kit. And mind you, there's no need to worry about balance because we've already given up on PvP. Nobody PvPs in Warframe. Nobody PvPs in Warframe. It's not even considered a PvP game anymore. People don't even think about the PvP in this game. So why would you even care about balance in any form? Make the Warframe powerful. I don't know. This is like, cause to me, I just wasted 50 plat trying to rush this girl just to see what she was like, and now it's like, yeah, I'll never play with this girl. I'll never play with this girl. Like I'll never play with her. You know, and it's like, damn. I don't know, man. Like I enjoy Kome more than I enjoy playing with her. And Kome is a frame that's like, she's legit a coin flip. Like, the whole perilous game of chance. Yeah. She's a coin flip. Like, sometimes when you play with her, everything will work right and you'll be powerful as hell. And sometimes you'll play with her and she'll be mid as shit. But it's like, I enjoy playing her more than I than playing with Dagoth. Like, you know, because again, she can be very strong for her team. And there's very little of that, there's very little that you'll solo in this game. I know there are people who play, they say, I play solo Warframes. I play Warframe solo. If you really want to succeed in this game, you're going to have to party with others a lot. I do like how they did this. I do like that they did this. I do like that they did that. That's nice. But, you know, it's like, I don't know, man. Like, Torid OP. Torid's OP. I love Torid. Especially with the Incarnon. Well, the Torid by itself is kind of, it's still a good weapon. It's just average. But the Incarnon turns this weapon into something stupidly strong. Like, it's dumb how strong the weapon is once you turn that Incarnon on. And I'm gonna work on getting, because I have the Incarnon. See, it says I have the Incarnon for the Utmost. I'm gonna work on getting the materials I need, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put this on, and then in the next stream we'll check out the Atmos and see how good the Atmos is with the Incarnate. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I didn't mean to rant so much about Dagoth, but it just don't make no sense, man. Like, at this level I won't say this level, but at this amount of Warframes that we have, you know, we're at what, 65, I think, 64, 65 Warframes. At this amount of Warframes, man, like, come on, dude, like, unless, like, for instance, Noko, whatever his name is, I want that frame simply because of how strange it is. But at least I know that even if the powers are mid, in terms of like how strong they are, at least the power's strangeness will be some kind of novelty that'll make the frame fun. It's not even like Dagoth's got weird abilities or something like that. Like, she doesn't have weird abilities, you know. And it's just the amount of time and effort we put into getting these frames, man. Like, they got to be of more use than that, you know. But in any case, guys, I'm gonna get up off of here, get to work on these materials for the Atmos, Incarnon. I've got some videos I'm gonna pop up in the meantime, and then next week, yeah, because I'll have some videos I'm gonna pop up between tomorrow, between Friday and Sunday, and then next week we'll be trying to clear up some of these other games that I've got going. Like, I'm gonna try to get back into finishing up Darksiders so we can go into Darksiders 2, and eventually I think Darksiders 3. Cause I do want to knock those games out, cause those are legendary, awesome games of the past. There are certain games that I want to play from the past, and I want to knock some of this backlog out because we couldn't focus on Tekken because of the way Tekken is gone. I think I'm gonna go back to Virtual Fighter, the game that I had mastered alongside Tekken. So I'm gonna go to Virtual Fighter, and we'll probably start putting up some Virtual Fighter stuff. Again, the channel will remain a fighting game main channel, a mainly fighting game channel with random shit on the side. But I was just trying to figure out what fighting game I was going to go back to, being that Tekken ruined my life. Tekken was my favorite fighting game, guys. It really was. But what they did with Tekken 8 is just it's irredeemable. And I know they saying that season 3 is we're going back to basics. No, you're not. Because you're not getting rid of the heat system. You're not going to get rid of all of these aggressive tactics. You're not going to take Tekken back to its defensive roots. You're not going to do that. You're going to instead try and make this more tolerable. And my problem isn't the fact that, you know, and again, that's my problem with Tekken 8, is that it is a button mashers game, and Tekken didn't ever used to be button mashers, you know. And that's what I love about Virtual Fighter, is that you cannot button mash in that game and expect to truly win. But in any case, guys, thanks for watching. Amon-Rellik the Godslayer, Amon-Rellik Gaming. I got the Torid Incarnon, baby, and I'm out.